other topics. Okay. So the first point is, what is the basic requirements to form a network? Like I want to create a network. Okay. I want to create a network, right? So what is the requirement? So I have a device, I have a computer, or maybe I have a laptop. Okay. So I want to create a network. What is the basic requirements? I need it to form a network. So don't worry about the internet kind of stuff, but it is basic network. So I have a device. First of all, I have to connect the devices either wired way or wirelessly. I should connect the devices either wired ways or wirelessly. I should connect it. To connect the devices must have a NIC. Okay, there is an interface is required to connect to the devices. Okay, so if it is a wired type, so then we need a Ethernet type of connectivity. If it is a wireless, I need a wireless type of uh, connectivity. So for example, yeah, I have it in this one. So okay, so this is wired type of connectivities. In wireless, you can see the wireless. This is inside your laptop. This is for desktop. This is for laptop or desktop USB type connectivity. So this is the NIC adapter used to connect the devices. These are the devices. These are the things for to connect a wide type of devices. So either it is wirelessly or with a wire. What we need a connectivity. So NICs are required to connect devices. First of all, from the side. So how you connect? How you connect? With a cable, and what kind of cable you required to connect? Depends upon your topology, depends upon the network. Okay. So depends upon the types of connectivity. So you choose what cable is required. If it is a cable type of connectivities. If it is a wireless, then of course we don't require a cable here. We require just NIC and wireless medium is required to connect. Okay, that is the second. What is it? To connect the devices together. So like to connect and communicate between the devices, you need a different types of devices. That's we have discussed earlier. That is hub and switches for LAN type of communication, routers to communicate from one network to another network, modems are used to connect from one network to internet. From your network to internet, you want to communicate, we need a modem. So we need a networking devices. And next, another important two things are protocols. What is a protocol? The way of communication. What type of communication you are doing? Are you sending a mail? Are you are downloading a file? Or maybe you are accessing web? Are you open any website like this? Okay. So what type of communication? Based on that, we use a protocols. This depends upon the what type of communication. Okay. Next one is to communicate from one device to another device, we should require an address, right? I want to communicate. So is this Shivam is there? I want to communicate it to Shivam. What I need a Shivam address. I want to send a post, a letter I want to send, or maybe I want to do some mobile calling. Okay, I want to talk to him. So what is required? So there is a must and addressing kind of stuff is required to communicate. And depends upon the type of communication, we need a protocols. Okay, these are the requirements to form a network. Yes, understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
So we are going to discuss about NICs after this one. Tomorrow we'll freshly discuss NICs. First now we will discuss about the cables. There is a majorly three types of cables used in a networking. Coaxial cable, twisted pair cables, and optical fiber cables. The coaxial cables having a, this is a coaxial cable. If you see in the center, there is a center copper wire is there. The main signal is actually um, sent through this internal copper wire. This copper wire only main signal will transfer. But what about this copper? What is this copper mesh? This copper mesh is to protect your main signal from electromagnetic interference. From electromagnetic interference. I think you know what is electromagnetic interference. EMI, not your monthly EMI. Okay. Okay. EMI, electromagnetic interference or induction. Okay. So in a air, so there is a lot of electromagnetic signals are there. So different types of radio signals are transferring. So what it will do, it will interference with your actual signal. So what happened? Your signal got a noise. Okay. So then your signal is disturbed. You're damaged. Your packets will be damaged. To protect from that one. So what we this copper mesh is useful? It absorb these noises and ground the noises. It won't pass any signal to the main conductor, main wire. So that is for a protection. Okay. This is a about a coaxial cable. See the how coaxial cables are look like. And these coaxial cables mainly used in a olden times. Still in a certain areas cables are used. Not in India, outside of India, like a US space. They're using bus topologies. In the bus topology, we use this coaxial cables. Okay, bus topology, ring topologies also people use a coaxial cable. There is a lot of standards for coaxial cables are there, but I am not going with that standards. I want to show how it is look like and what is the purpose of it. Important one is twisted pair cables. In the twisted pair cables, there is a two types, UTP type and STP type of twisted pair cables. Unshielded twisted pair cable, shielded twisted pair cable. This is unshielded twisted pair cable. This is shielded twisted pair cable. What is the difference? On STP, there is a shielding. There is a shielding. And in the UTP, no shielding. What is the use of shielding? For protect from electromagnetic interference. Okay. Each pair of wires are twist each other. Okay. There is a pair of wires in the cable. These pair of wires is twist each other. Why when there is a twist each other? The twist number of twist increases, attenuation decreases, means the speed of data transmission increases. Speed of data transmission increases. Okay, of course, there is a shield to protect from electromagnetic interference. Okay, which causes crosstalk. So what is this, guys? Unshielded twisted pair cable. This is shielded twisted pair cable. What is the advantage of using STP? There is a shielding, so no electromagnetic interference, and also it is gives strength to the cable, but cost increases. STP cost is little lesser compared to UTP, cost is lesser than STP. We use RJ45 connector and socket. RJ means register jack. So this is the connector and this is the socket. This is the plug. This is socket. Okay. So that is thing. It's a 4-pair cable. It contains 8 wires. It is color coded. Each wire is color coded like a orange, white, orange, green, blue, white, blue, brown, white, brown cables are there. Okay, so the wires are there. So a lot of things are there. So remember, guys, we are using twisted pair cable. That too, unshielded twisted pair cable we are using. Okay, this cable we call it as a LAN cable or a patch cable. LAN
Sir,
cable or a patch cable. Yeah, tell me.
you just said that we all use UTP.
UTP. Yes. Generally, we are
UTP.
using UTP.
Okay.
In a LAN communication, we use UTP. In offices, also we use this UTP
But
types of cable.
but it is not the better choice, right? STPs.
But it is cheaper and
Yes, sir.
okay, and where we use STP also there. For example, this is one room. This is another room in a little different separate room is there. I have a devices and all are connected to a switch. Okay, all are connected to switch from wall point. Okay, so there is a wall point like this. From this point to switch connectivity. All using UTP only. Mainly they use UTP. But here is also network. There is a switch and there is a devices we are connecting. Either through wall points or through directly it is connecting. But this wire has to go to this wire now. So they want to make a communication between this to this. Okay, this one room, another room. But all are in the same LAN only. But this has to go through the rooftops. Means that false ceiling it has to go. Maybe underground it has to go. From the ground it has to go. But what is the problem? Mouse, rats, and sometimes bending, it damages the cable. And also length is very high. From here to here, the length of the cable is also very high. So that time it is most causing of this electromagnetic interference possibility and attack on these cables also higher. So what we use here we use STP compulsory. We use shielded twisted pair cables. But here it is we use unshielded twisted. So smaller the length, obviously easy
Yes, sir.
to it has to go easily. Okay. It depends upon guys, depends upon organization, depends upon the architect. Okay.
Okay.
So what we call these cables, patch cables are a LAN cables. And these cables are having different categories, Cat 1 to Cat 6. Cat 1 cable is usually telephone cable, RJ11 type of connector. Okay. So you have seen this is RJ11 type of connector. Okay. It is a two pair, means four wires are there. And this is RJ11 connector plug it is. And this is Cat 1 cable. So the speed is very limited. Data transmission speed is very limited. Okay. Depends upon. Okay. Next, Cat 2, Cat 3, Cat 4, Cat 5, Cat 5e, Cat 6 also came into market. Even Cat 7 also there in the market. Okay. So here it is Cat 5 100 Mbps data transmission speed. Cat 5e is more than 500 to 600 Mbps data transmission speed. Cat 6 is 1 Gbps. Guys, if you search in a Google about these categories, it may show differently. So I have searched in a standard textbook and I'm giving this one. Okay. It does not mean someone is arguing. No, no, no. Cat 5 is a 1 Gbps. Say it's okay. Because don't get confused between that one. Because I took it from one standard textbook. Some people speak in from another books or maybe another websites. Okay. But as I know, with my experience, Cat 4 is 16 Mbps. Cat 4 is used earlier. Now then it is get to the Cat 6, 5 for 100 Mbps data transmission speed and Cat 5e 600 Mbps Cat 6 is 1 Gbps. Yeah, tell me, Deepak.
Sir, in Cat 5, if it is showing 100 Mbps means up to 100 Mbps and
Yes,
lower
up to
than it.
100 Mbps. Yes, yes, up to 100 Mbps. That too depends. That too depends. What type of NIC you are using, what type of data transmission, the data type. And it is yes, BPS, bits per second, not bytes per second. Small b means bits per second. Capital B means bytes per second.
Sir, is it optical fiber?
It's not optical fiber, it is a copper cable.
So optical fiber is much faster.
Yes, of course. But there is a differences. Okay. Yeah. In a LAN communication, we use STP or UTP. Mostly we are using our UTP. It is a copper cables only. Okay. And this is a testing tool. For example, you have a cable and you connect with the cable and communication is not working properly. So how to confirm cable is a problem? You can use the testing device. You have to connect to the both end of the cable to the tester. Okay. So you can see the LED status. So then we can understand how it is working. So you can search in a Google like a in a YouTube, you can search how to test a LAN cable. Okay, how to test a LAN cable. So then it will they will show you how this LED status like 1 1 2 2 3 3 4 4 5 5 6 6 7 7 8 8. If it is blinking like that, so cable is good. One is blinking, three is blinking. Sorry, one is blinking, two is blinking, two is blinking, four is blinking, six is blinking. Like there is a different pattern. There is a problem in the cable. There is a improper the plug connectivity is there. Okay, RJ45 connector. This connector is not done properly. One is blinking, there is no blinking at other side. Two is blinking, two is blinking, three is blinking, four is not blinking. Three is blinking, three is not blinking. Like that. This is side blinking, this side is simultaneous blinking is not happen. Means there is a inside cable problem or maybe plug connector problem also there. You have to reuse it. This is called a crimping tool and this is the RJ45. So crimping tool use it to put this, you have to put these wires into this connector and press with this crimping tool. So then these wires will be fixed into this connector. Okay. So that's the kind of stuff. Yes, depends upon the requirements. Depends upon the, the connecting devices. We use this type of cables. It is a UTP or STP cable, but to which you are connecting. Are you connecting a PC to PC? Are you connecting a PC to switch? Like that. So you have to choose what type of cable and what type of connecting you have to do it. For example, straight through cable. Straight through cable means one end of the cable and there is another end of cable. Okay. So these two ends follow same pattern. Same pattern. For example, here it is you given a white green and this is green, white, orange. So like that you have to follow the same pattern in a both end of the cable. The color pattern must be same for both end of the cable when you are connecting RJ45 connector. Okay. So when you are connecting different devices, like you are connecting PC to hub or PC to switch or switch to router, router to switch or switch to PC or PC to like that. Okay. Hub to laptop. Okay. So when you are connecting different devices, we use straight through cable. When you are connecting similar devices, like you want to connect one PC to another PC, one switch to another switch, one hub to another hub, one switch to another hub, or PC to router for communication purpose, we use a crossover. In the crossover, see it is different. For one side of like what color you are giving, and another side of it is third number. So first number you are giving green, third number you have to give the green. Okay. Second number goes to 6, third number is goes to 1, and I put a number. So where is that number gone? Yeah, this is a number. Okay. The crossover part is always like a following this rule 1 3 2 6 rule. It means one is whatever the one color you choose it, and another side that is third pin connector, third pin color. Second pin color, whatever the color you use it, that goes for a 6 pin connector. Same side. Here it is one pin connector, whatever use it goes for third. Second one, whatever the color you choose it, it goes for a sixth color here. Okay, if you don't get it also no problem. And still if you want to see how it is, yeah, there is a lot of practical videos also there. Okay, there is a rollover cable is also. Rollover cable generally to configure routers and switches, they use this rollover cable. Okay. So important points are there, guys. What is the twisted pair cable? The pair of wires in the cable twist each other. Pair of wires are twist each other. And that the cables are two types. One is UTP and STP. In twisted pair cables, there is a two twisted pair cables. One is unshielded twisted pair cable. Another one is shielded twisted pair cable. And what we use for connecting RJ45 connector. It is a four pair wire and it contains 8 wires. Each wire is color coded. And the socket where this wire is going to the socket, that is also called a RJ45 socket, RJ45 connector. The cable we call it as a patch cable or a LAN cable. And each cable having the cables also in the category cables are there. Depends upon the cable you purchase, so that type of data transmission support will get it. So of course, currently most of the organizations using Cat6 cables only because it's a 1 Gbps data transmission speed. Okay. To test the cable, we use a cable tester is also there. So this type of testers use it to make sure that cable is done correctly, working correctly. So we use this testing cable. Okay, that's the point. Yeah, guys, understand up to here?
Yes, sir.
The last one is about a fiber optical cables. What is the fiber optical cable? It is a made of glass. Your coaxial cable and UTP STP cables are made up of copper. So it conducts electrical signal. But fiber optic cables are made up of glass. So it use light wave as a signal. It use light wave as a signal. And there is no metal used, so no electromagnetic interference. So there is no electromagnetic interference. Okay. If you see the main the smallest cable inside, that is called a core. The core is covered with the cladding. So both are glass materials only. Okay, so lightweight glass material, bended glass materials only. Okay, and maybe they use high level plastic materials also. Okay, data transmission using a fiber optic cable is very high speed data transmission, like a 10 Gbps data transmission is also possible. And it is used for a very long distance communication. You know, as I said in earlier the day, so we are able to communicate through internet from different continents. So you know how it is we are connecting like this. This is the world map, and these are the lines are fiber optical cables. Where is India? Here it is India. So see the India, how many connections are Mumbai, Chennai, and in the south side, means in the down also, you can see there is a three connections. And we are connected to Sri Lanka, we are connected to Bangladesh, we are connected to some other countries also. See, there is direct connections, there are indirect connections also. Okay, so this is the very dangerous place. See, very small space and heavy connector. And this is also, see, very small space, but heavy connection. So these countries and these countries are very danger because if they cut the cable, if they block the cable connectivity, so see so much loss in the connections. Of course, there is a one-way or two-way connections are there, but you can see Egypt, Sudan, Saudi Arabia, this side, Iran, Iraq. So major small kind of stuff. Suez River is also there here now. Okay. So major connectivity to India is also, this is the main connectivity. See, this is, yes, this side connectivity, this side Russia connectivity. Again, India. Okay. So we are getting internet through this fiber optical
So,
cables. Yeah, tell me, Aman.
in the intercontinental connectivity, the lines that were representing those kind of connectivities, are they are they fibers that they are that
Yeah,
that are there?
there are fiber optical cables. You can try like a fiber
They must be underwater,
optical.
right?
Yes, yes. Under ocean. Okay. Yeah, this is the site will tell the status of the cables. It's a live status of the cable functionalities. Okay. This is how the cables are look like. See, underwash. So it has a lot of security in it. Okay. So it's a very tiny cables are passing. So the bunch of cables, not a single cable. He's an engineer who is going to check the cable status. No, sometimes you may hear one or two times that is there is some wave changes are happening under the water. So the internet fluctuation will be there for 2 days. Okay. Underwater stations also there. Okay. And they use this, marine ships to put this cable underwater. Okay. So the main purpose is like a very long distance communication is possible and very high speed data transmission. Our UTP STP cables are limited distance, like 100 meters, and limited speed. Okay, but our fiber optic cables are having high speed data transmission. We are not using for a regular LAN communication from my system to another system within the LAN. I don't use fiber optical because fiber optical is a cheaper, but as well as it is costly also. I will tell why. So where we use fiber optical cables, okay, okay, use it for servers, okay, at a server's room, storage, SAN storages, okay, SAN type of storages, core routers, core communication places, okay, ISP communication, core routing parts, core routing, okay, SAN storage types, server to server communications. So that type that places we use this fiber optical cables. Inside your office organizations, enterprises use fiber optical, that too within the data center. Within the data center only. Regular LAN communication all by UTP, STP cables only. Okay. You are getting through internet through this one. And why we are not using, see, entire structure we have to do because every PC, every device has to be installed with this host bus adapter. It is a fiber optical connector. Okay. For example, in your home, you want to use a fiber optical connector between your desktop and laptop. So what you required, you need a fiber optical supported switches. Okay. You need a fiber optical switches, fiber optical adapters. Okay. So this is costly. Normal LAN cards, Ethernet cards. Wi-Fi cards. These are all cost is normal, but this is a higher cost. And switches. You want to go for a switch, also it is cost. Okay. The connectivity is complex and you need a specialized equipment and special training to understand is really cable is connecting or not. You may seen maybe if you are take any recent Airtel or Geo fiber internet, or maybe in a roadside people are sitting and open dig up the cables and check the cables, test the cables, so make sure that this cable is functioning or not. Okay, it's not much easy to deal with the fiber optic cable, so that's why it is the cable is cheaper, but the maintenance is costly. The equipment is required to communication is costlier, so it is cheaper as well as a costly type. So that's why fiber optic cables we don't use for regular LAN communication, but we use it for in a data centers, storage communication, server communication, core networking communication side. And we use a fiber optical and under version fiber optical cables we use for internet communication, continent to continent, countries to countries. Okay. So your problem is down on solved, right? So why should I use twisted pair cable instead of fiber optic cable? Even though fiber optical is faster.
The maintenance is costly.
Cost is cost and maintenance equipment and dependent training is also important. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So tomorrow we'll see about what is an NIC and how to check this MAC addresses and about different devices used in a network. Okay, all these things tomorrow we will discuss. Okay, that's it for today, guys.